RIN-TV coverage of the 2015 European Insurance Forum is brought to you by the Dublin International Insurance and Management Association. At the recent European Insurance Forum in Dublin, we spoke with the president of Ironshore International, David Frediani, about the top risks facing the international insurance market, the impact of the EU economy on the industry, regulation, growth and more. Here are the highlights.
On the international front, the top three risks that we see, particularly from a client or an insurer perspective, the first one would be geopolitical. Clearly on a global scale, what we see out there is significantly riskier than it's ever been before, both from sovereign states, from civil wars, and all of the plethora of terrorist activity on a global scale. So political violence is on an uptick. That's really top of mind. I think a second risk, which goes hand in hand with that, is really the connectivity around the world, the combination of technology, the use of the technology, and the reliance on technology, particularly amongst the public, and flow of information and cyber attacks, and the access to information as it's never been before. And the third, which ties in a bit with the first, is really job creation and the issues around the world on employment and underemployment, and being able to address those effectively, I think, will have a positive impact. But right now, it's very tough economically on a global scale. A lot of this is the question around the euro and the stability of the euro and the possibility of an exit by Greece, and the impact that would have on companies, and if there would be a knock-on effect on other companies or countries. Sorry. The other issue, which I think is very interesting, is it actually is pushing European multinational companies to continue their expansion as they have been doing for decades on a global scale. So you're seeing a lot of the European companies continue their investments in Asia, continue and expand their investments in Latin America, the United States, and Africa, the Middle East. And that bodes well for the future of those particular countries. The greatest potential for growth clearly has to be Asia. Asia has been the long story for many decades. Arguably, China is one of the most fascinating markets. It's not a matter of when particularly we're going to see, increase in business in China, but the consumer base has grown significantly. The ability of Chinese companies to expand internationally has been a terrific model. We see great opportunities continuing to exist for our clients as well as for the insurance companies in China and across Asia. But I wouldn't discount other parts of the world. Latin America has had its peaks and valleys, but that's been the way it's been for many years. But it'll pick back up. If you look at the strong middle class in Mexico, for example, or in Colombia, the ability of the Brazilians to overcome their current situation, that all bodes well for the future. So there are areas of opportunity on a global scale. In terms of products, I would say that cyber would be probably the ultimate product. I mean, that is such a complex area. There are so many issues surrounding it. To be able to address that effectively as a risk manager as well as an insurance underwriting community is one of the big objectives, and a very difficult one to handle in a very effective way, but it has to be up in that category of top products, as well as all the political violence products, from political risk to terrorism coverage and others that relate to the risks that we mentioned earlier. Fosun International is a tremendously positive development for Ironshore, Ironshore's employees and our clients and shareholders. This was a management-led transaction. It's been something that our management team has been working on for quite some time. We're thrilled to have Fosun as the investor in the company. This is something that they've done due diligence for over 18 months. We will be an indirect, wholly owned subsidiary of Fosun. The management team stays intact. They're buying into the company to be able to continue the growth trajectory that we've had, which will help us in terms of create stability, long-term capital, and be able to do many of the things we've been doing over the last 10 years and take it to the next stage. So very positive from that standpoint. It also, which is very interesting, it gives us access to better access to Asia and China in particular as that market continues to grow. And that will be very, very positive development for our future as well.
For more of our coverage of the 2015 European Insurance Forum, visit the DEMA website or the special 2015 EIF channel in the RIN-TV On Demand library.